Oh, Kawaii-san, this campaign cannot be used in conjunction with this one.
Huh? Oh, huh. Was that about this campaign? Wow, look at that. Kawaii-san, we talked about that in a recent meeting. She's so clumsy.
I'm Kazuma Yoshio, 28. I'm a nice guy who works at a small company that builds websites. In the office, we are constantly talking about Riko Kawaibe, a member of the second sales department who recently joined.
I'm Riko Kawaibe. I'll do my best to catch up with y'all. Thank you.
Kawaibe-san, who joined the company as a new graduate, was the center of attention from male colleagues due to her youth and cuteness.
Sorry, I think I mistakenly printed 100 copies instead of 10.
What? 100 copies? There are times like that, I guess. Let's use the extra ones as printing papers. It's okay.
100 copies? Is that okay? Isn't she gonna get scolded?
At first, the female colleagues voiced their concerns about her, who made such mistakes one after another, and finally,
I'm sorry. This time, I set it to full color, one-sided printing.
huh? Even though it was supposed to be black and white, both-sided? It's okay. I'll do it myself. Kawaibe-san has been making too many mistakes. At first, the male employees were kind to her, but they gradually started to shy away from her. And one more problem. Did you listen to me properly? I can't get the contract signed like this.
No way. What should I do? It's my fault. I'm sorry.
That's okay. We just need to explain it to the customer again. Hey, Kotoneshi! Wasn't your explanation too hard to understand? Sorry. Looks like my explanation was bad. I'm sorry. Manager Shikata protects Kawaibe-san from her mistakes every time. Here it is again. Manager Shikata's favoritism. I get scolded so badly when I make a mistake.
The second division's sub-manager, Kotonashi, was trained by Shikata, so he never talks back to him. But we would be in trouble if we went against Shikata and get kicked out like our previous manager.
My company also runs other businesses, and the president is hardly ever here in the office, leaving the rest to the manager. My current manager is a god of sales who can get 3 appointments out of 4 phone calls and boasts an 80% contract rate. Therefore, the president has a lot of trust in him. In the end, everybody was feeling sick of his favoritism, but couldn't say anything. Matsura-san, sorry. This customer...
Huh? Ah, the payer and the person in charge are different here, so...
This person is Saya Matsuura, the boss of the first sales department to which I belong. We have 4 sales departments, and the sub-manager of the first department is Matsuura-san, and the sub-manager of the second department is Mr. Kotonashi. Kawaibe-san reports to him. The entire sales department is managed by Manager Shikata. Since it is a small company, we only have rank-and-file employees, sub-managers, and managers. I see. As expected of you. It's true that if I talk to them in that way, it will resonate with their heart. Matsura-san is excellent and smart. I respect her as my boss. But if I can get this contract, the unit price is high, so... as a reward, perhaps we can go on a date?
Rewards come back as bonuses. Isn't that enough? If that's all you have, get back to work.
Ah, you're so tough! I was rejected every time.
Matsura-san, this is the manuscript requested this time. What do you think? Yeah, nice. The content is likely to resonate with the demographic we want to appeal to, as expected of you. Yay! I'm so happy to be praised by you.
She's difficult for men to approach because she's so cool and good at her job. But she's extremely popular with female colleagues.
Matsura-san, please listen to me too.
She's dazzling. She's as popular as a top male actor.
Hey, Yoshio, did you say male?
No, wait, how did you hear what I said in my mind? Women seem to be able to see through guys' weird thoughts, so be careful what you think, guys. Why did you overwrite it? One day, even though Kawaii-san made a mistake again, it was a woman in the production department who was being scolded.
But if the attachment in the email from Kawaii-san were correct... I'm sorry, I attached the wrong file.
It's okay, Kawaii-san, you're not at fault. You never change because you've always been blaming others. Next time you say something like that, it will affect your evaluation. Be prepared.
Manager Shikata, aren't you too one-sided?
Matsura-san, who couldn't stand his arrogance, finally speaks out. Heh, Matsuura, you're an outsider from Section 1, right? Or do you have some kind of authority I'm not aware of? Hurry up and get to work. Kawaii-be, shall I buy you some coffee? After saying that, he took Kawaii-san to buy coffee.
Thank you, Matsura-san, but I can't stand it anymore. If this injustice continues any longer, Honestly, me too. I've been holding back, but if things continue like this, I won't be able to work here anymore.
Me neither. I can't keep up with his arrogance.
I get you all. Sorry. I thought I wouldn't say much about other departments, but I guess I've reached my limit too. I have to think about what to do. Let me say this directly, manager. Today's case earlier, that was too unreasonable.
That evening, Matsura-san and Manager Shikata were talking about something in the conference room.
Your excessive favoritism toward Kawaii-be on a regular basis is bringing everyone's morale down.
Heh, you're his subordinate after all. He also gave me an opinion like that a long time ago. Well, I ended up kicking him out of here though. Matsura-san glares sharply at Manager Shikata.
He was headhunted by another company. He just abandoned this company. Are you planning on making the same mistake again?
Ah, shut up! If you don't like the way I do things, you can quit too. There's nothing more to talk about. Get out! It's rare to see you in a place like this. I went up to the rooftop to take a breather, and I came across Matsura-san looking up at the sky with a can of coffee in hand.
Hey Yoshio, what's up?
Well, I thought I would take a breather, and now I'm alone with you. So lucky.
I see. You always slack off here, huh?
Oh shoot! I never slack off. It's a necessary change of pace to help myself work more efficiently. When I desperately try to make excuses. Matsura-san suddenly started laughing out loud, putting her hand over her mouth. It's a pretty rare sight. Matsura-san? Was it that funny?
Yeah. There are so many strange things in this world. I can't even overcome that guy. How powerless am I?
Matsura-san. She won't go into specifics, but I guess her discussion with manager didn't go well. You're right. So many weird things in this world. Like Matsura-san never going on a date with me.
Jeez. You're talking about something like that now?
Then I looked at her with an unusually serious expression. Actually, there are many unreasonable things in life, but some people are definitely watching you work hard. I believe everyone is grateful to Matsura-san.
Yoshio.
Oh, is your heart racing now? It is, right?
Why would you say that out loud?
I become forward whenever I can be. By the way, I also love the fact that your lunchboxes are always so cute.
Oh, hey! I had no idea you knew that. Don't mention it.
Seeing her blushed face made me work more efficiently afterwards.
Damn, Matsuura is just like that guy, and is a nuisance. I have to do something about her.
At that time, Shikata seemed to be plotting something untoward. Even so, why does Kawaii-san make so many mistakes? The next day, I wondered if I could do anything about it, so I decided to ask the very person in question. It would be troublesome if the manager was around, so I made sure he was out and took Kawaii-san out to lunch. Hey, why do you keep making so many mistakes, Kawaii-san? Do you have any idea?
That's,
Kawaii-san was in a panic, not being able to reply. Her face turns pale, and her hand hits the fork.
I'm so sorry.
She hurriedly tried to pick up the fallen fork, but her hand is shaking and can't seem to move it properly. I see. You're certainly clumsy, but before that, your self-esteem is too low. Furthermore, the men around her always want to help her. She never got the chance to improve herself and still don't have confidence, I guess? I came to the conclusion that nothing good would happen to her at this rate, and an incident occurred.
Huh? You proposed to a customer a campaign that we can't do again, and you got a contract?
On this day, the second division sub-manager Kotonashi was working outside. Shikata also seems to be busy. So she came to consult Matsuura-san, who happened to be in the office.
I'm sorry.
Kawaii-san looks sad as she bows her head.
Didn't you check with Kotonashi before making the proposal? Huh? I thought I had to hurry, so I forgot.
I see. She didn't check with him beforehand. At our company, when we are new, we have to ask our superior to confirm the content before making a proposal to a customer.
I see. But this is the same mistake as before, right? I think you just learned this the other day. Why do you keep making the same mistakes? Oh, that's...
Kawaii-san didn't seem to be able to answer anything, and just kept her head down. Then I glanced over at the manager's desk, and he was grinning. That's strange. Normally, he would come around now and protect her.
Aren't you giving up on thinking now? You can't move forward unless you think about why you made the mistake. Aren't you expecting someone to help you again?
Kawaii-san finally begins to cry.
I'm sorry. I really can't do anything.
Hey, I can't believe you made your subordinate cry.
Immediately, Manager Shikata broke into the conversation with a grin on his face.
That was too harsh, wasn't it? She can sue you for harassment for making her cry.
No way. This guy. He was waiting for this to happen?
You, an older woman, are jealous of her because you can't get a man to help you? Apologize to her.
It's you who should apologize.
What? Yoshio?
I couldn't bear it anymore, and I stepped forward. Do you realize that you were the one harassing? You use your position to do whatever you want, right? Have you noticed that the atmosphere in the office is getting worse because of you? On the other hand, Matsuura-san is really thinking about the company. You should apologize to Matsuura-san.
Yoshio.
Who are you talking to? You're just a rank and file employee. If you have any complaints about my methods, quit!
Shikata was furious. However, I was also prepared to object. Matsuura-san put her hand on my shoulder and gave me a fearless smile.
If he's gonna quit, I'll quit too.
Matsuura-san!
If Matsuura-san resigns, I'll resign too.
Me too.
Me too. If Matsura-san leaves, this company will have no future. Everyone.
Following me and Matsura-san, the people who were there showed their intention to quit one after another.
You guys!
What are you gonna do? It would be a problem if everyone quit all at once, right?
I'm sorry.
Seeing this, he must have realized how bad the situation is. He bowed his head. In the end, the manager ended up self-destructing by trying to frame Matsura-san in front of everyone. Shame on him. Kawaibe-san. I called out Kawaibe-san, who had just been looking down and crying. I think everyone makes mistakes, because we are humans, not robots. The only important thing is what you do after you make a mistake. For that reason, your boss scolds you and gives you advice. Not getting mad at you, they're scolding you. Besides, it's actually harder to scold someone than to be scolded, you know? Apparently, it was eye-opening for her.
Kawaibe-san, I'm sorry. I should have talked to you properly first.
Matsura-san turns to Kawaibe-san and speaks kindly to her.
Actually, when I joined the company, my senior was loved by Shikata at the time, just like you now. But in the end, she was unable to do anything on her own, and was not well thought of by those around her. As a result, she became isolated and couldn't bear it anymore, so she quit.
In fact, it wasn't just the atmosphere in the office that Matsura-san was worried about. Based on her past experiences, she was worried about Kawaibe-san too.
And by the way, the other sub-managers at the time who cared about my senior also quit due to conflicts with Shikata. But this time, I was able to find peace thanks to Yoshio and everyone else. Thanks so much.
Matsura-san bows her head while smiling kindly at me and everyone else.
Apparently there is a problem with the training system within Section 2. I didn't want Kawaibe-san to become like my senior. Matsura-san, I've caused you all a lot of trouble up until now, and yet...
Although Kawaibe had managed to stop crying, tears welled up in her eyes again.
I'm really clumsy. Sometimes my friends are disappointed at me too. When I think that I have to do better next time, my mind goes blank. I'm really sorry. I get you. I guess your impatience and lack of confidence led to more mistakes. So, how do you want to become in the future? Is it okay for you to remain a person who is protected by someone and can't do anything for yourself?
Kawaibe-san looked straight at Matsura-san with a dignified look.
I want to change. All right. Well said.
There were cheers from all around her, except for Shikata. A little bit about what happened after that. This situation seems to have been brought up to the president, and he apologized to all employees. The manager was questioned about his management skills, and as a result, he had to voluntarily resign. However, he has solid sales skills. He seems to have successfully found a job and restarted his career as a sales rep for a major company. But...
Shit! Damn! I'll get promoted again soon.
You can't get promoted in our company just by getting sales. I'll train you a lot.
It was a super unethical company with unlimited overtime and harassment. I heard that he became tired day by day, and when he got promoted, he worked even more overtime. Eventually, he got hospitalized.
I made another appointment. I'm off to sales rounds. All right, good luck.
By the way, Kawaibe-san has grown into a full-fledged saleswoman thanks to manager Matsura's training.
Kotonashi-san, you have 0 appointments this month, right? In that case, Kawaibe has another appointment in the afternoon, so please go there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Kawaibe-san is now a candidate for sub-manager. By the way, Kotonashi was demoted. She is doing great. I can't believe how much she's changed.
Yeah, well, there are still issues. She's only receiving contracts for men.
By the way, Matsura-san, I was promoted to sub-manager. So I think I deserve a reward of going on a date with you.
Sure, let's go.
Oh, you're so harsh as always. What? Did you just say let's go?
What? Don't you want to go?
I wanna go! Of course I do! Even if the Earth were to be destroyed today, I would definitely go!
Hey, I definitely don't want that to happen. So don't say it.
Overprotection is said to be, in a way, a form of harassment. I think that's really true. It is the same as depriving that person of an opportunity to grow. And sometimes the burden is more on the person who is in the position of scolding than on the person being scolded. I want to take someone else's words seriously at all times and use them as fuel for my own growth. When you're scolded, it's an opportunity for you to grow.